It's time to dad.
We're doing whatever it takes. The Wi-Fi is going to be spotty at best, but whatever comes through, we hope it's reaches our audience. And we hope they're going to receive our message and they like what it is that we have to offer. And we're all dads here. So we're kindred spirits. And
what time is it?
We know it's 10:01. That's actually the time it is right now.
Time to dad.
And that is
It's time to
April's
dad,
time.
Dale. That's what time it is.
Dad.
It's time.
Correct.
Time to dad.
Thank you. Take
right now.
measure
Oh,
the
shit.
twice, cut once.
Well, thank you everyone for joining us. Dale's in a Burger King. We thought Joe was gonna have to record from his car. This is we're not making this shit up. I mean, this is dad stuff. Joe couldn't go in the house because his wife's trying to get the kid down and didn't want to upset the kid when he goes in. I mean, that's some dad ass shit right there if I've ever heard it. It's just you deal the hand that's dealt to you when you're a dad, I guess. So
for sure, that's my Wednesday nights. That's why I usually do it in the office still. But today I got out early and said, "Hey, I'll get on the podcast nice and early at home." Even throw on some sweatpants and I couldn't get in. So.
Did she lock the deadbolt on you?
Why can't you get in? Was there a sound thing?
I could have got in, but if he hears me, then I wouldn't have been on. It would have been a 45
Then there's no show. There's no show.
Yeah, then Joe just doesn't exist tonight.
So
what time is that?
I went into the backyard. I took a little piss on my grass because I really had to go. Went back to the front. And,
dude, Nick is so upset. He just his lawn is just starting to sprout. He's got to cut it, and you're pissing on your lawn.
That's gonna make a yellow spot.
Nah, you just gotta water it down a little bit.
I think I'm not a
human piss.
It's dog pee that's the worst.
Oh
yeah,
that's true. Female dog pee. That's the thing. Male dog pisses on your lawn.
Tell Joe the woodpecker thing you told us about last episode. Did you know this about woodpeckers, Joe?
I don't know. Let me see. I do have one in my backyard. And now,
oh God. No, just the woodpecker part.
Just the woodpecker part. Ignore it. Let's edit. So nothing to do with football and contact sports being a problem for your brain. Anyway, Joe, a woodpecker has like a sponge material between their skull and their brain. That's why a woodpecker can hit its head up against a tree incessantly, and it doesn't cause cause a concussion. Because
I did actually know that.
A woodpecker.
Actually, I told you knew
Joe's fucking smart, Nick. He knows that. All right, he's smart. But
I tagged you and a dude looking for some financial advice on a Roth. Did you see the tag?
Joe,
was it that kid Dimitri?
I don't know his name.
Okay.
It was in the
I
dad
literally
group,
was just talking to him yesterday, and then he literally went back and commented again. So I just told him the same thing. He has like $3,000 in his 401k.
Oh.
So like everybody, and one of the guys, I see one of them. I know one of the guys. I don't know him, but he's gonna try to convince him to throw it into like a life insurance policy.
American dollars?
Invest in DraftKings for sure.
Canadian dollar.
American 300.
Well, no, he's got $3,000 in his Roth IRA. So what happens is, in his 401k. So he's young, 25. He's got his third kid coming at 25 already, and he wants to take the money because he lost his job and put it into an IRA. So if he puts it into a traditional IRA, he won't get taxed now. But now it's going to grow all the way until he's age 60, say, for example. But then when he takes the money, he'll get taxed. But when it's a small amount, what he can do is he can roll it into a Roth IRA. He'll get taxed on it now, but taxed on $3,000 is going to be a few $100. And he's not working right now, so he's going to be at a low tax bracket. So you'll pay, say, $300-$400 in taxes now, but now that the rest of the money is going to grow tax-free for the rest
Wait, the growth is tax-free?
100%. Yeah.
Damn.
Learning some shit, Joe.
Yep. that the Roth IRA is the greatest
Tax problem.
investment vehicle that they've given us privilege to.
Wow. I didn't know the growth was tax-free. I thought it was a reduced percentage, but it's the 100% tax-free.
100%
Fuck.
tax-free. And you do not have to take it out. Like every other retirement plan, you got to take out before age 72 and a half. The Roth IRA can go tax-free to our kids. So dads, Roth IRA, you can
You just goes to your beneficiary?
Goes to your beneficiaries, completely tax-free.
Wow.
That is fucking awesome.
Yep.
Does that work with the trust? Is that how they get it, or regardless?
Regardless, I mean, you can set up a trust, like if you want to utilize like a will and have a trust go into it. So, but basically, if you have your kids as your beneficiaries, it would then go into a beneficiary IRA for them, and they would have to then take the money out, but they will not be taxed on it.
But you would need, if you wanted to age restrict it for them, you'd still have to set up a trust.
Well, if you
wanted to leave it to your kid, but you wanted to make sure they weren't done with it and couldn't touch it till, say, they were 20 years old.
Okay, yeah, well, they won't be able to get it until they're 18 anyway.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah, they wouldn't be able to get until they're 18. But yeah, like if you, let's say your kids are older and then you have a few different kids and things like that, you list them all as beneficiaries or you throw it in. It's good to have a trust anyway, just because, in those cases. So definitely is always good. But yeah, Roth IRA.
Oh yeah, dude.
Greatest thing you have. And you
I did not know that. That's awesome.
The other big thing is you can take the contribution. So whatever you've put into it, you could take the contributions with no penalty. Any other type of retirement plan, there's a penalty.
Wait.
Dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
Biggest misconception, people have no idea you can't do that. So
you can't touch the growth, but you can withdraw as much of the contribution as you want.
Correct, with no penalty.
And the growth is taxed at nothing. What in the world?
Correct.
Dude, you fucking literally.
Did we lose Jason? What happened to Jason?
Yeah, I didn't want to say anything.
Sweet. So Roth,
yeah.
Joe's face, like, what are you doing? What?
Yes.
Like, what are we gonna do though when we're burning money just to stay warm? Like when inflation like a Hyundai costs $10 million. Like, what are we gonna do? Like we can't keep up.
I don't think
inflation.
I don't think. Listen, I'm not a complete expert in all cars, but
a loaf of bread's $1,000.
Something in my heart tells me that I don't think Kia as a brand. Don't hold me to it. I'm not going to die on this hill, but listen to me. I don't foresee a Kia, or a Hyundai
inflation
to one day or another become a classic. Inflation, yeah, sure, maybe.
A loaf of bread
is $1,000.
Am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
Am I back?
Yeah.
You're back.
For those of you that weren't here, we lost Jason for a brief moment.
Where did you get your swag, Jason? Did somebody sponsor you at some point? Give you all this gear? Because
my wife made this shirt. I can't. All right, listen. Let's talk about inflation. So I watched
gallon of gas.
I watched a great film, a very, very dark American film. It was called Glengarry Glen Ross. If anybody's unfamiliar with a classic sales movie, Glengarry Glen Ross is basically about Dale and why he's so dark, but it's timeshare sales, classic shit. So Glengarry Glen Ross, there's a really famous quote in that movie where he's like, it's Alec Baldwin. He's explaining, he's like, fuck you, that's my name. Like, these guys don't know why he's so good at what he does. And he's like, you drove a Hyundai to get this, quote unquote. And it's 1980, whatever, 1990, that, in that area, 1985, 1990. It was, what is Glengarry again? 1986, 87, whatever. He's like, you drove a Hyundai to get here. I drove an $80,000 BMW. That's my name. But we live in 2024 when we're going to come out with an Ioniq 7.
But Hyundais were $500 brand new back then. Now they're
straight up, bro. Straight up. The Ioniq 7 is a third row electric SUV. It'll probably cost $80,000. We have now graduated to where a Hyundai costs $80,000.
You want it? All right. Blah, blah, blah,
You know,
if we're talking about electric, hold on.
Let me pause for a second.
Okay.
Let me pause you for a second. So Lexus created the LFA years ago. It was a $300,000 car. Nobody wanted to buy it, right? Because it's so overpriced. When at the end of the day, that car is a Lexus. It's not a supercar like Ferrari, Lamborghini, those brands, right? I lost my train of thought.
You're going to say Hyundai's
yeah, so it will be much more attainable than something that's $300,000, but I don't see Hyundai fanboys in my entire life that I've known of Hyundai and Kia as a company. I've never met one fanboy that was like, yeah, dude, I'm totally going to buy this version because it's the best. It's way better than a BMW, blah, 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 whatever.
I have.
You're fighting. You're fighting.
This episode of Time to Dad is sponsored by the Ioniq 5N.
I hate you, Jason.
Kona clamp. Like,
you want to know when shit's gonna hit the fan? It's when all the electric. No,
we got it right here.
the shit will hit the fan when all of the electric car fanboys realize that to replace the battery in their car, it's going to cost them $20,000 to $25,000 minimum. That's when shit's going to hit the fan, and people are going to be like,
"At 150,
I did this for the fucking environment, and now I have to pay a quarter of a car's value just to replace a damn battery."
Right, like.
People do not educate themselves on these fully electric vehicles.
That's what I was going to say. Alex. What Dale's saying is what
you just called
everybody
him
isn't realizing. I said Dale.
Oh,
did I say Daryl?
It sounded like Daryl.
Daryl. It is Daryl, actually.
My bad.
Dale is my stage name. Daryl's my real name.
Yeah, Daryl.
I got it.
He goes by Daryl as well.
You made me lose my train of thought. What people don't realize as far as the batteries that these cars take, there's so much material taken from third world countries.
Yeah.
These people are working in extremely harsh conditions.
We need them to work harder.
Hold on, let me finish my value.
Longer distances.
Let me finish. Let me finish my output. So everybody's like, "Oh, it's great." Shut the fuck up, Dale. Everybody's like so gung-ho about the environment. Like electric is the future. Electric is this. It's going to help the environment. Listen, I've been hearing about the environment since I was a tiny little kid. And guess what? It's still going on. And nobody's fixing it. And it's all bullshit. That's what I say. What I'm trying to say is batteries, although the cobalt material, there's cobalt mines in the Congo, I believe, somewhere in Africa. And there's people that are living in these third world country that are just fucking dying and getting buried on the side after, because there's nobody claiming them. They're like, yeah, this is life. This is what we have to do to be able to eat. So they're mining. There's kids working. There's women with children on their back working. And that's the reality of, like, we're getting all these fancy batteries for these fancy electric cars. It's like,
I agree. I agree with that.
It doesn't balance itself out.
If you have a resource, it's going to be exploited somewhere, especially if it's in a third world country.
That's also true.
But secondly, this shit doesn't just fly out of the ground. Where there is large machinery required to get it out of the fucking ground, and it's not. You're not offsetting it by making a battery powered vehicle. You're actually creating more fucking pollution and carbon emissions by mining the shit to make the fucking battery. But the fucking people that are all about battery cars and saving the fucking planet one car at a time don't want to hear it.
No.
Yes.
Shut up, Jason.
It takes millions of gallons of diesel to produce this shit.
Did you ever see
how's it getting out of the ground?
Yes, man. Did you ever
eat some more fast food and make some fucking oil, like fucking
Did you ever
like
see
frying
the
oil and put it in your fucking diesel
Yes
tank?
Men,
All right.
Yes Men.
You think these countries have battery operated heavy duty machinery to mine this stuff? No,
that's
it's
not
diesel.
what I was. No,
it's diesel.
No. We have quite simply maximized and expelled the potential of a lithium-ion battery. It's done. Lithium-ion will now die, and we will move on to the next energy source that we can maximize the molecular structure. You've gotten to the molecular structure maximum on lithium-ion. So even if we're exploiting kids in fucking Congo, wherever, that's done. Like, that's not what they're gonna do anymore.
What do you mean?
Shit's done.
They're still doing it.
300, 400 miles is not enough for these fucks. We're not doing, like, we have maximized the molecular structure.
You don't think smaller battery manufacturers like Milwaukee, DeWalt, tool manufacturers haven't been trying to outlast lithium and outperform?
Exactly. That's the only answer.
That research is 10, 15 years down the road.
That's where I am right now.
Jason drives an electric Jeep.
I'm just saying all this battery shit, like solar is great. Wind energy is great when it's not fucking up people's like freedom to live, right? But batteries, it's got to come from somewhere, and coming from that somewhere requires energy, and that energy is diesel, which in and of itself is offsetting the pollution you're reducing by driving a fucking electric vehicle.
I say diesel.
In the U.S. alone, the electrical infrastructure is still on fucking. We're still burning fossil fuels to make that energy. So you're just taking that energy from a fucking gas pump to your house to the power plant. It's just it's shifting the dollar to make all these people think, oh, we're doing the right thing, but it's just shifting the pollution elsewhere.
And diesel mechanics are real men. I don't know if you've seen gas mechanics and diesel mechanics. I've seen both.
I'm gonna fuck you up there when I meet you in person. I'm
just gonna watch and record.
Joe's like, I should have stayed locked out of the fucking house. Look at it.
I could have been like in my pajamas, getting ready for bed right now.
But let's be real. Let's be real. The electrical grid in the U.S. is still primarily fossil fuel driven.
They love it.
We are not doing shit.
Nuclear, coal.
Yeah. There are some nuclear plants, yeah.
As long as the people keep dying, we can just bury them, and then eventually they'll become fossil fuels.
That goes back to our big pharma conversation a few episodes ago.
Bold. That's a bold strategy.
Let's see if it pays off.
Way longer than humans.
You start throwing wrenches at people, Jason.
One day.
What we killed, what Hitler and any other force killed like 50 years ago. We've got many years. Dinosaurs is a different thing. You can't just kill people and expect fuel. That's not like quid pro quo. We killed people and now they fuel. Millions a year. That's a bold strategy.
That's what I'm saying.
Die, right?
You got to figure out a way to use recently deceased, organic materials to run our.
It's called nuclear. It's called cold fusion. It's called nuclear energy. Shit that really goes boom. I'm not talking about.
But you can't just do that overnight.
Diesel.
No, you gave me 10 to 15 years, Nick, and then we figured out a different form.
No. We figured out a different way to charge the battery.
Tell me, I
so
can't.
What about I saw people used to run their TV with just like on an exercise bike.
All right. You want to talk about the electrical grid as well? You've got places. All right. So California is the biggest pusher of EV zero emissions. I don't remember their exact drop dead date, but getting rid of all fossil fuels and shit. They're the biggest pusher of it, but they have the worst electrical grid. It already cannot make it through the summer without blackouts. But now within the next 10 years, you're going to have 75% of the population going home and plugging in an EV, and you think the grid can pick that up? They're not going to be able to make those changes in that amount of time. They can't. It's physically fucking impossible.
I can't wait for our 3,000th episode when we get to talk about it, and it's just a huge flashback there, and then we go back to this episode. And
what's wrong with nuclear? Like, what's wrong with nuclear? France is all nuclear.
We had a real anniversary, right?
Nuclear reactors. Like, France is all
It was
nuclear.
the year anniversary. It was the year anniversary.
1 year. One
But
year
that was-
anniversary time.
That was of
Dude,
the
that's
Facebook
awesome.
group, not necessarily the first episode release, but close enough.
Yeah. So,
Happy birthday to my dog. She's 10.
Yeehaw.
Nice.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday
yeah,
to
she's
you.
almost going to become
Birthday to your
fossil.
dog.
Wow, look at that.
Fossil fuels.
No.
Your boy.
Joe
That's not how
going
that
dark for the
works.
first time. on
Nobody
the
said
episode.
that's how that works. That doesn't work. No.
Oh shit! No, I mean I think EVs are cool. I just think the whole agenda behind it and what is people are bigwigs are saying that can be done by everybody going EV. It's just not realistic. That timeline needs to be pushed further out.
Well, that's a nice going to Jason's conspiracy theories. If they keep pushing that, it's a nice stock push to get people to buy those investments. And
Well,
they can do a
yeah,
nice little rug pull, right, Jason? And then boom, it's out. And then they go back and buy it when it's all down low. That's Jason's favorite.
Pound that
Yeah.
fucking shit. Fucking fist that asshole. Yeah, I get it, Joe. You know, we need it
earmuffs,
just goes
kids.
to the next fucking thing. Just goes to
I
the
agree.
next
I
thing.
agree. But
Lithium's maxed out. Figure it the
listen, how
fuck
long has
out.
lithium
Pull
been out
your
though?
bootstraps up. How long has hydrogen been out? We could go to that. I mean, there's other shit that powers vehicles. There's always going to be something else. It's always going to be some fucking
Yeah, but the
smartass
push
that
is
figures out
EV.
Another way to
So
get us from point A to
you
point B.
you can't push everyone and say we're going full EV and make all these state legislatures that say you need to go EV and non-gas and zero emissions, and then all of a sudden be like, thanks for buying that car and playing along, but now you need to buy this other car because this car is no longer in production. You can't even buy parts for it.
No, they lease. A lot of people
It's
have lost
lithium-
a lot of money on electric
The resources
cars
to buy
force it,
lithium
and that's what's
to
happening
create
right now.
lithium batteries will run out, and then where do you go?
Out of space.
It's just
You
a
go
rat
where you
race.
go.
It's just a
Gotta
rat
go
race.
to another planet, obviously.
Yeah,
We'll probably
yeah.
have to leave
Elon's
for-
gonna get us all there.
We're going to Mars.
But
That's it.
like realistically, even if you call it a net loss on lithium ion and then you transition to a hydrogen fuel cell, hey, what do we have a lot of? Yeah, water and hydrogen and shit. So
Eh.
why don't we just revamp and try that again? And it's not going to work well. It's not going to
Well,
work.
where are you getting
that
water
from,
It's
though?
gonna fucking
Car?
fuck.
Dale, Jason, do you guys have EV cars?
Jason is an EV
Dale-
owner.
Dale's
Plug-in
driving the original vehicle from Glengarry Glen Ross. It's like a 1993 fucking Hyundai.
Oh man,
No,
I
it's
thought you were gonna say
what's your
Volvo
car,
that the
Dale?
kids
It's
could sit in the back.
It's a 93 for 3 Grand Marquis, which
it's
is
a 93.
Ah.
What?
it's
What
a
is that?
90,
Tell me
93 Mercury Grand Marquis, which is the equivalent probably of a 93. No, it's probably the equivalent of a 2003 Hyundai, because Hyundai came around better in the early 2000s. So Ford 93 versus 2003 Hyundai, that's about 4 quarters for a dollar right there.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
All right, so Dale, so I got to get your opinion on this. All right. Subaru Ascent or Kia Carnival?
I'm a terrible car guy. I know nothing about cars. I don't even like cars. I'm like a zero car guy. Cars mean nothing to me.
Don't you sell cars?
This
though?
is like,
Yeah.
it's like against my will because, everybody has to eat.
Jason suckered you into it.
That's why, Dale's my stage name.
I never even met him.
I'm on stage. That's it.
You just met him at Burger King today. Got him
through a
wrong.
couple hoops.
This is why I
give me my
hate
treat.
dealerships.
That's it. Here's your treat. Okay, thank you. All right, then jump through a couple more hoops. I got a couple more peanuts, and that's it. We work for treats. Is it love? It's not love.
Sure.
I don't know. Alex,
Joe,
did anybody experience passion or like love? Like I love fucking mechanics. I love taking engines apart and putting them back together again. Like I love like freaking like all this rust falling down on my face underneath this freaking 82 Buick. Like
that's the best when you get the rust in the eyes.
I love being freaking trapped in this cubicle, staring at a computer screen. Like this is my passion. I've been
gotta wear those OSHA approved glasses.
I don't think so. It's like it's dollars and cents.
I gotta
unless you find maybe people out there have found their passion. And I say, I tip my hat. I don't have a hat, but Jason will give me one for the next episode.
Like Nick and Alex's expression before when I told you about the Roth IRA. Yeah. I think that's good. I do love that.
You found your passion.
Well, yeah, congratulations. Cool.
Congratulations.
Joe.
But that's pretty cool.
Joe, why have you narrowed it down to the Subaru Ascent and the Kia Carnival?
I get dealer invoice minus 2%.
Is the Subaru driver now?
It's a lot easier, and then I just have to. Then some of the dealerships will just kind of give me a work to a lease deal based off those numbers.
Are you a lease? Are you a lease guy? Or
I'm gonna lease. Finance is so stupid.
But the residuals.
I agree.
Shit.
Unless you can.
Kia wanted like 7% on the freaking finance.
Unless you qualify for 0%. I agree. Lease makes sense now.
They weren't offering. Like I always get the 0 through like both crews right now are 0%. Well, no, the one is the other one. Then we leased at 3.2 when we financed it after. But they're only doing the 0% on the Forester. They're doing the 2.9 on.
Fuck them, man. Walk in there and throw your dick on the table and ask them.
On the 4th or 4.
Dude, it never hurts.
I don't know how big it is. Just put it on the table.
It never hurts, dude, to ask them if they can extend that 0% to the car you're looking at. What are they going to say? Fucking no?
Will they do that?
And then you're like, all right, cool.
They're going to say
no.
They are going to say no. That's true. Yeah. It's a promotional rate. Like they can't just force a rate.
Yeah, if it's well, I mean, who knows? I don't know. Try it.
No, that's not.
No.
But that's cool that they're doing that on a lease.
Doing what on the lease? On the dealer invoice minus 2?
A 0%?
Yeah.
The 0%, like, and then it's normal residual, and you're getting 2% under, like, so they're basing the structure of the lease on a 0% interest rate and the price of the car, and then the residual.
So like I was looking at the Subaru. It was the Onyx version, which is the base. Then there's the premium, then there's the Onyx, and then whatever the Sport. So the Onyx was only a little bit more. So if I traded in mine, which is basically like putting my $5,000 down, the monthly on a 36 month was like $494, I think.
Yeah, that's not bad for 36 months.
No, it wasn't bad.
How much?
10,000 a month.
What's the sticker on that car?
44.2. And then the premium was like 41-ish.
494.
494, and then that was
with
without,
5 down.
That was without the minus 2%. They didn't even work that in, so it was going to drop like 450.
But I think
450.
Dealer invoice,
but $5,000 down.
No, but dealer
$5,000 down.
Well, trade in. Trade in basically. He's estimating $5,000.
Why don't you come talk to Dale and I about Palisade? We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Dealer invoice is like not even like real numbers, right? It's not.
No,
that's bullshit.
I'll give you some.
It's whatever they say. But
it's dealer's invoice. That's not dealer's invoice.
There's one number that matters, Joe. One number. You said it.
The MSRP.
494. That's the only fucking number
there you
that matters.
Go.
So if I can beat that number, it doesn't matter if it's invoice minus fucking fat cock. If I beat 494 on your monthly budget.
Jason's talking diesel right now. Okay.
Woo! Almost spit my beer out.
Diesel, deep thick and diesel. 494.
So let me ask you this: the Kia, but the one guy, the MSRP
does not run on diesel at all.
Dude, a Carnival, you can't do better than 494.
Dude, they wanted like 650 for the freaking Carnival. I was like, are you
get the fuck out? Tell that guy to suck a fat one. Right? Where are you? You're in New York, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta pay.
You're getting taken for a ride, dude. You call Dale and I. We'll get you a Palisade right now.
You know, it's
$494. That's not bad. $494 is not
and
bad.
That was without the disc. So it was going to go down
2% off that, right?
If I got, because the 2% would have brought it down to like $450. If I got the premium, it was like low fours, like 410, let's say. 410.
No, that's good.
But
fuck Kia.
What the hell?
I was like,
what the fuck is Kia doing?
I don't know. It was just the guy
trying to compete with other luxury SUVs.
It was. He was stuffing you like a turkey. There's no 6-0.
That's crazy, bro.
That's what I said. It was freaking
with $5,000 down on a lease. That guy can get fucked.
Yeah, and then I got this one. He started texting me the next day, and this was my the final turn on. When I told him I was looking at the Ascent as well, first thing was the Kia Ascent reviews suck compared to the Carnival.
Oh,
I said,
thanks, bro.
First thing, you just trashed it right there.
You don't trash the other brand.
Exactly. That was my big turn off.
You may offer what you offer above that brand, but yeah, I wouldn't say that's basically like saying you're a fucking retard for looking at this brand.
No.
Yeah.
Well,
you'd never.
More,
that's why I hate dealerships, man. I shop online and then I go in. I know what I want to purchase. I negotiate a price and I fucking leave. I don't like this dealership bullshit. I don't like it.
So that's why I'm asking Jason and Dale to figure it out for me. Do a dad move.
Jason's mission is to change.
Dale and Jason do delivery. They'll drive that bitch to you.
That's Jason's mission in life is to change.
Check my Facebook. Facts.
World.
Fucking facts.
Can you guys get me a
and take you to a Burger King?
A legit quote from a car that's similar that I can just.
What's my number, Joe? 410. Yeah. I gotta beat 410.
Yeah. We're gonna need commitment.
Done.
Because you guys did a whole bunch of You guys talked about fucking this, that. You're talking about cars.
No, I
didn't talk about
just send me the lease. That was more just the finance rate. Because if I'm ever gonna buy a car, I make them with 0%. I don't buy a car without 0%.
Yeah, it's all fucking numbers.
You missed the last episode, but if these guys sell you a car, don't offer to buy them a beer.
Oh yeah, don't do that.
Oh yeah.
Tell them, Jason. Tell them what happened,
Joe. So last night, Dale and I got a guy, and I've failed mission really, boys. But I started selling cars off of utilizing Facebook Marketplace for my advertising of cars, and I got some guy in New Jersey who buys the car. He signs in person, but then he wants to ship it back to New Jersey on a transporter. They give him feed him a bill of goods, and it ends up being a situation where he's like, yeah, they're not going to deliver the car for what I thought. So can you bring it to us at South Station? So it's 10, like literally we leave work, Dale and I, and we drive to Boston and bring this guy his fucking Jeep Gladiator. And we're about to go home, and he calls us up and he's like, hey, you guys did you did a lot of work for me. Thank you for bringing it here. I want to buy you a drink. So, he was almost out of it scot-free. Dale and I'm like, all right, that's cool. Dale can contest and admit, like, we drove through the streets of Boston, swerving around nonsense, and we bring him to the Yard House. So we made this customer buy us a yard of beer each.
It was one beer.
Picture to prove it. It was one beer, and it was a fucking high class fucking hotel in Boston too. Guy probably spent $40-$50 on 2 beers. Don't offer to buy a salesman a drink. Less than one. All right, that's it.
I felt that. He actually bought me a second one. I got a pint.
He did. He bought us 2 drinks. This guy's a maniac.
I bought a smaller size. I offered to allow him to offer us a smaller size. So we have a heart. It's just not as big as
dollar you are now. I can tell. There you go.
It's the size of the Grinch's heart.
It's the size.
And then we talked the hotel. We sold the hotel on opening a premium bathroom for us.
They did. They rolled the red carpet out. It was nice in there.
What the fuck is a premium bathroom?
No. They locked the bathroom at a classy hotel, but it's like street level in Boston. They locked that shit up. We We're like, no. We got a yard of beer at your facility here. I know all these people are staying at the hotel. We want to go to the bathroom before I go back to my car, and we fucking got that shit done. We got they opened the fancy bathroom.
They did get us for parking. That was $12 an hour. So you see, it's almost too much.
They got us for 12
bucks an hour.
It's like $23. It's stupid.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, cars is an interesting business. I'll give it that. You know, it is.
I fucking hate dealerships. I hate them.
want to be able to let me just tell me what the car was worth. Let's divide it and just make it simple. Just make it simple.
5K down, 209. Can I earn your business, Joe?
209.
You got it for 209, 100%.
409. 409.
Wait, no,
Yeah, he said 209. It's recorded.
209.
It's recorded. False advertising.
All right. Congratulations. You just bought an Elantra. Thank you, Joe. Here you go. Right here.
You just bought a golf cart that's been sitting in the back lot for a year and a half.
I could get him 4-wheel. We can get you 4-wheel turn on a nice Elantra.
Yeah, all 4-wheels do turn.
That.
Even if it's a front-wheel drive.
They do.
4-wheel turn.
So can you actually get me a car to New York? In all seriousness.
Yeah, anything's possible. Kevin Garnett
Jason
said
will
that.
go there.
You can go visit Joe. I'll meet you guys there.
We'll make an episode out of it if it's possible.
I'll go there too.
I gotta see what this Ascent. I gotta see what the Ascent is offering, and then Dale and I'll figure it out tomorrow. But the Ascent, what's the features on this car? Like, send me a window sticker type thing.
I don't know. It's about. We were just getting something bigger than the Forester. We were on the third row, right? So that was the whole thing with the Ascent. Then we looked at the Ascent. We're like, you know what? That's not as roomy as we thought. And the Kia Carnival is very roomy. Very, very roomy. There's so much freaking room in it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look like the mini.
He wants that Palisade.
5K down.
Palisades are not bad.
Palisade, nice.
So we're gonna work you. We're gonna work you on an SEL Premium Palisade. We're gonna see what we can do.
Nice.
At least we should.
Nice.
I mean, we can definitely get a 4 in it. 409 is that's a good deal.
Down, that could have been on even the lower end too, because right, like my car, I don't know, Carvana gave me 16.4 for the Subaru.
Yeah, fuck them.
So the dealership Subaru said 15.2. That's what she said they were
wait for trade-in.
You just gotta send us a VIN number. We'll take care of that. We'll just find out how much that car's worth.
Yeah.
I thought you said 5K trade-in.
No, he's keeping some. He's investing the rest. We talked about that in the last episode.
Okay.
Try to keep up, Nick. Come on.
God damn it!
I owe like $9,000 on it. So there's like 6K of equity.
Okay.
They were giving me 15. So I was just looking at if they did 5K down, I'd keep a little bit, and then the monthly would be in the 400s. That was kind of that.
Yeah.
But the Kia guy was way at it. I was like, this guy's
no. We could do that. We could do that.
Devil's lettuce.
I feel like we could do that. No, that's in this market. We could get you a big old Palisade. We'll bring it to New York.
Palisade is nice. We looked at that when my wife was still looking at getting third row.
I can agree,
dude. But Palisades are real nice.
Calignite, yes or yes.
Yeah,
that's it.
What was that word?
We had a GSM. We have a GSM who came in. So every other boss we've ever had drove a used, like the nicest one we had, but they have their own demos. They don't have cars. They just drive whatever. And they'd take a used car and they'd drive it and then they'd switch to another car. This guy came from a bigger dealership and he's like, nah, I want the best brand new car you have. We're going to clean that one up. We're going to clean that one up, which is a Calligraphy Night Palisade.
With like 2 miles on it.
No, we're going to clean that one up. I'll drive that. So everybody else got to use the car. But no, so that's Calligraphy.
Right. And then, it's a totem pole. So it starts from the top and it goes down. So like, depending on your level, you could be driving a Calligraphy Night, or you could be driving like a 23 Audi, or you could be driving like a 2000.
What you driving, Jason?
W, or you might just get a used car from like a 93 Mercury Grand Marquis. Like, you don't know. You know what I mean? Depends on where you're at in status.
That's a 93, Dale. Get out of here. I've seen that car. 2003? That's not a 93, dude.
93. I fluffed
it's
it up.
It's a 93?
Yeah, baby.
He had a Boston polished.
That was
That's
the best
amazing
year,
that
like,
you even drive that is a miracle.
Isn't that
You-
like that means that car's 31
Driving
years
with
old.
pride.
That's what I'm
guys.
talking
Yeah,
about,
back
Joe.
back in the day, they built quality cars, Jason. They lasted a little while.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I pull up next to people. I rev my engine.
And he's from
I roll my
Florida.
window down.
In Massachusetts,
I'm not
they
shy.
would send that car to hell where it
Yeah.
belongs. He's got Florida plates. They don't care.
In
That thing
Massachusetts,
lasts
I'm
forever.
surprised the chassis is still in one piece. Oh,
No,
we
it's
lost
a Florida
Alex.
car.
No, it's
Oh, he's
not.
back.
It's a Florida car.
Yeah.
So it was
Well,
it was born and
it's
raised
still,
where
you
it's
got
nice.
fucking salt everywhere.
No. Florida cars are good. In the car business, the
No.
Florida cars are good
Humidity.
cars. No.
Salt,
Humidity's better than salt.
humid
You
air.
don't get salt. Why do you get salt in
No.
Florida? In
Where
Central
are you at in
Florida?
Florida?
Salt?
Central Florida is just nice
okay,
weather. all the
Central
time.
Florida.
Bath salt.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're on the
okay.
Bath
coast-
salts, not salt like that. People ingest bath salts.
That's right.
I don't know.
Bath
Oh,
salts,
that's-
yeah.
that's
And then they
true.
go eat
Yeah,
their
that's
friends.
different
Remember the
stuff.
whole phase?
Yeah, that's that won't rust your
Ugh.
car though.
No.
No, just your teeth
It affects. It's not good for.
and your
It's
brain.
not good for oral health, but
Yeah.
great for vehicles though.
Or mental health.
So anyway, Jason, we're gonna go to New York. You gotta hook up Joe. Run some numbers.
At this point, I'm
All
having.
right, well-
I'm not having a great month. Let's go, Joe. Let's figure it out.
And you have to let Alex and I
If
know,
you
because
can figure it out,
if you two are
I'm gonna
going,
meet
we
you.
have
I'll
to
meet
go.
you in Connecticut, Joe. All right, we'll figure it out. But
that's fine. Listen, if you can get me a car, 100%, I would go to you over some rando friggin' person from Kia. Whatever it is. So,
See,
that
I
wants
just
you to
wanna
sell
see-
a
I
kidney for a
want-
shit
dads
box.
together.
yeah, listen.
I wanna see what the Ascent's
100% would go to you. I thought you said you couldn't do it. That's why I didn't ask. But if you could do it, get
Yeah, what does the Carnival have?
I
Because
can
the
do it.
Ascent package he's talking about, I think has a high tech package. So it's got like all the lane keep assist and
the Onyx
auto
stuff.
braking and
standard,
yeah.
standard shit, dude. Get out of here.
Oh, good.
We got that on like the.
Hopefully
we got
it's
that
not
on
as
the
shitty as
SD.
the motor. But
Dale, it's shittier. But Dale, let's.
I
the
went
tech
there.
is insane.
I went there.
The tech and the comfort of what I'm going to sell you is fantastic. The engine is the Wizard of fucking Oz, but you got a warranty for 150,000
Yeah.
miles, so
Take it
don't
back.
worry
We'll give
about.
you a brand new
any of
I
it.
thought it was lifetime. What happened to the lifetime?
Yeah. Well, no, that's
No.
on recalls, on certain recalls, depending on the year. 2017s are engines for life, but after that, it's 150,000. So
Wait, is it only used?
150,000.
You don't even use?
sorry.
No. I'm going to get you a brand new car,
Of course.
and I'm thinking of the SEL Premium, Dale. I think we can get some
Palisade,
serious.
though, is like a nice
features in
vehicle.
that car.
No? So, all right, we'll work it out.
Let me ask you this: how does the car broker thing work? Like, if you have a car broker and they find your dealership, does that cost the customer money, or does that just cost the dealership?
No, it costs the dealership money.
What are you talking about? Car.
Like
Sure.
he hires somebody to find him the exact car, the exact price he wants.
Yeah, that's called the salesperson.
No,
Yeah,
no.
right, pretty
They have
much.
brokers. They have
Yes, that's
brokers.
those
It's,
persons
it's like a
for-
headhunter
Let
for
me skip-
cars.
Let me skip a step.
But what he'll do is
Joe,
he'll
you ever-
go around and
You ever
and do
hired
the work
somebody
for
through
you.
a headhunter?
Do you think he could? Do you think he may have access to the largest used car inventory from the Mississippi to Maine? Would he have something like
I think
that?
he has access
he could
to
show
all
you
of it, and
A brand new Hyundai.
and then he goes. to
What's
you,
that?
and I think like they get access to like all that, and then they go to you and then work it out.
No, a car broker is
tries.
just like probably like somebody who just literally
No.
goes to like a salesperson, just collects some
Yeah.
fee.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
just bullshit.
They
Well,
don't. They don't get a discount.
That's bullshit.
They
You'd flip
talk
auction
down.
You could flip auction cars, but
Joe,
don't buy a
they
fucking
talk
auction
down
car.
the dealership and negotiate a price, and their goal is to negotiate a price lower than what you agreed to pay, and the difference is what they keep. If you follow me,
Got it.
Mm.
Yeah. I got it.
Yeah.
All right. So
they're like flippers of cars.
yeah.
So you say I'll pay you $32,000 for this car, and so they'll go to Jason and say I can only pay 28. And so then if Jason agrees to sell it, they profit $4,000 and you get your car.
Got it. That's a lot of negotiating. Can't speak sense.
Yeah. And
could
you
just-
don't even
you
know who
could
your
just
loan will
talk
be
to the
through
guy
that
at the
at that
dealership
point.
and make him do that.
Well, he's
you're just
asking
adding an extra
questions.
step.
He's curious, man.
But there,
Gets back to the mission
but
statement.
in that
Gets
case,
back to the mission
in
statement.
that case, you're helping two people because the car broker
is on
gets paid, the salesperson gets paid, and the dealer.
I don't know what it is, but I think Jason has some goal in life, which is admirable. You know, I think.
Yeah, you didn't fucking tell us. You said you were going to tell us when Joe got on the episode. What's your mission statement?
I don't know. It wasn't asked of me. The mission statement. So literally, the mission statement is.
Wait. What's the goal first, and then the mission statement? I feel like
the goal is to revolutionize the automotive buying experience for everybody who's ever.
Are you dropping shit that somebody could potentially steal from you?
Yeah, don't do that.
No.
Is this a revolutionary idea?
Yeah, don't give it away.
It doesn't matter.
All right, well, you drop it if you want.
Was it?
I mean, they'd have to work harder than me, and that's not a problem.
And they'd have to watch
I would say
Time to Dad.
They'd have to listen to this podcast too.
30 people in the world.
Appreciate you. Hey, we got 85 guys in the Facebook group.
Yeah,
it's not complicated. All it is just, I do this because I had my son, and I got the day before I had my son Russell, that's real Time to Dad. I got first time in my life I was fired, and I had to figure out what I was going to do while looking at my son, who had never for the first time dad, looking at my son unemployed. It's like, what the fuck am I going to do? All the motivation in the world. And I had this weird fucking thought, which makes no sense, but it literally was, I don't want the guy that sold my car to me to sell my son his car, his first car. Like, the most offensive thing to me was like, I don't want that fucking guy to ever talk to my kid. So I'm going to make sure that everyone who buys a vehicle going forward is not ripped off or dicked around. So what Joe's talking about is you hire a guy to do what I'm talking about, but I already have direct access to the deal. So I just fucking talk, like, I literally get you the best possible deal. Well, I don't make very much at all, but I make the referral of it. And then I move on and I sell another car. So it's max volume, best deal for you. So I already do that. I want to own a dealership that's business model is doing that and allowing you to get the best possible deal where both sides feel that it's fair enough.
Right.
That
you
everybody
cover your overhead and bonuses and whatnot. And
instead of just taking you for a ride for no reason, it's like a fair fucking arrangement where you trust the process, because you don't buy anything unless you trust the process anyways. Mm-hmm. But that's my
how do you so I feel like I've never worked in auto sales, but I feel like most of you guys work on commission. So are you paying salaries then or an hourly rate? Like how do you
like what level?
Pizza on Saturday.
That's what I'm saying. Like if you're based on commission, your primary goal as a salesperson is,
why do I pay a salary if I'm based on commission?
No, but your business model sounded like it was opposite of paying commissions, right?
Well,
no. Why not?
Like a middleman.
You want to move
like a middleman.
If I make 12%, like right now, if I make 12% of everything that I do, that's enough money to sustain it. Like, because a car deal, even if you're admitting that it's fair, I put this much into it. I did all the work. The car's worth a few $1,000s of work. But you buy the car. That's the whole profit.
You want to know what I think, though, Jason? To be honest,
if I sell 20.
To be honest with you, I think the process is too spontaneous, because most people who buy cars, like, they need cars like today. Like, they got in an accident. Yeah. They got to go to work.
My shit's fucked up or totaled. Yeah.
That's true. You have people come in there who need to buy a car that day.
They're not going to, get a lot. So I don't. That's like timeshare, because timeshare tried to do that, and timeshare tried to create like people that would just come and buy the ship. And guess what? Nobody comes and buys the ship. Nobody buys.
Well, timeshare. Yeah. They've wised up now. Yeah.
You need to be on vacation. You need to be in the moment. You need to be there with your family.
I don't know. I feel like if volume and fair pricing is your goal, then You have a set price for a vehicle, and your salespeople are paid hourly. Otherwise, you're always going to have.
I did that in my first job. No, I did that in my first job ever, and I disagree on the premise of a certain amount of emotional, physical, like effort based, not participation trophy.
No, I agree, and that's what I'm saying. So,
and then you get paid on that volume. So the business only grows if you grow.
Well, so maybe your hourly rate changes.
You know what I mean?
Changes weekly based on your sales volume.
No, I can't. It'll never keep up with the cost of inflation.
Then you're never gonna ease the customer's perception of the auto industry sales. Is what I'm getting at.
Why?
Because everybody you could talk to thinks auto salesmen are just sleazy, trying to make the biggest profit they can.
But that's not how I
just
trained
snake oil.
But that's not the pitch.
You missed it.
I train them. If you train them that if the customer trusts you to negotiate fairly for them from the beginning of the process,
I think
if you do a statistical analysis, they will pay a premium just for that.
If you're still paying a commission based on final sales price, you're still leaving the door open for your salesperson to go out and sell a car for more than. Do you follow me?
Yeah.
Like you're still.
But that's not. I don't. But if I do that to you, Nick, if I do that, what happens? Like I took you for a fat. I took you for a fat ride in a fancy car one time, and you figured out after the fact that I ripped you off, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you got ripped off.
Not necessarily ripped me off, but I paid more than maybe I could have paid.
You're never gonna buy that car from me again. I'm not trying to establish one car deal where I took you for a ride. I'm establishing a customer for life.
You will,
and a sales pitch for life.
Might not be. That's the
yeah. That's what I'm saying. How do you? But yeah, exactly, Joe. How do you ingrain that mentality into your salespeople when it's still commission based?
Because you might have a sales guy that's planning on leaving in 2 weeks.
Yeah. And you hire one wrong guy that doesn't see your point of view, and all of a sudden you're back to a traditional
that's
dealership.
Why we get to make it AI, artificial intelligence. They're going to be robots. There's not going to be humans. It's strictly AI.
Bob, the iPad's going to take me out on the lot.
One of the big things like
robots are going to find you the best deal in the whole country and ship that shit from Wisconsin over to friggin' New York.
Listen. You drop the commission and you move to a traditional bonus. And whether people want to whether people want to work for you or not, that's their fucking call. But the bonus allows you to look at what they did for your customers, and you, if you're the owner, Jason, you get to evaluate if how you think they behaved met your standard. Like if they're constantly bringing in 20-30% profit, and there's other people that are selling more cars, but they're bringing in 5-10% profit, you get to choose if you want to reward the people that align with your goals or not, versus just handing out a check because they sold a car and made more profit on it. I think that's where your conundrum is.
No, I don't see a conundrum at all. So you can choose.
It's the human conundrum. Do you want more money or do you not? Everyone's going to say more money. Yes.
But Joe, but Nick, I think like part of it is if you allow the employee to decide. So do you want to make this amount of money when you get hired? You want to make an hourly rate, or do you want to make $0 an hour and just work on commission?
So give them a lower base commission with bonus potential.
No, they get nothing. They work on commission alone. They bet on themselves, or they get paid an hourly rate, like you said.
So they can choose.
So what you said?
No.
What you said is
hourly rate.
I have a set number. I know. Well, I mean, we could negotiate that. That's fine. I'll give some on that, but like that's fair enough too. But I think if you give them an option of, hey, you work for an hourly rate, which is a fair amount, or you make nothing and you